7 o'clock. It's March 2nd. This is the regular meeting of the Breezy Point City Council. The first item of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item of business is the consent calendar. In the consent calendar, the packet, you have council minutes for January 29th special meeting, the February 2nd regular meeting, and special meetings of February 5th and February 19th. And there's also the listing of claims totaling $25,583.48. Check numbers 131835 through 131876, and checks 1220E and 1221E. Is there anything that would like to see taken off of the consent calendar? I'll start with you, Councilman Bakken?
No, sir.
Councilman Williams?
No.
Councilman Morning?
No.
Entertain a motion for acceptance of the consent calendar.
I'll move that.
Second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Consent calendar is approved. Next item of business is the open forum. Anybody who would like to come and address the council, please come forward at this time, state your name and address, and we will listen.
Maury Wallers, 8871 Birch Lane, Breezy Point, Minnesota. Would like a little more information on Resolution 1506 and how that would affect the citizens of Breezy Point, if you can help.
Okay, we'll get to that, later on in the agenda.
We'll ask that question.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll wait. I'll need a good explanation.
Well, we'll
Okay.
have to get it.
Anybody else for open forum? Okay, I'll close open forum. The next item of business is the mayor and city council reports. We received a thank you note from Habitat for Humanity for the restore that reclaims materials for resale for supporting Habitat for Humanity. And it's Dear Mayor and City Council of Breezy Point. Thank you so much for the opportunity to salvage items from the former Noxie's restaurant. Several volunteers from Habitat for Humanity were able to pull out many reusable items, such as the beautiful tongue and groove paneling, furnace, water heater, pressure tank, and a few other cooler doors. Not only were those items saved from local landfill, but the materials will be able to benefit Habitat for Humanity plus low-income families in our area. Thank you for your support. It's signed Mary from the Restore. She's the Restore Director. Another item that's of interest, I'm the representative to the Region 5 Economic Development Commission, and the meeting last week, one of the items passed that we're going to go for a grant is, the best way to describe it is for an art associated project where you install physical art appreciative things. Okay, it's kind of hard to describe, and I had to get some clarification, and where I got the clarification is that it can be used for playground musical instruments. So if Region 5 gets the entire grant, there will be $3.3 million that will be available for art associated projects.
Symphony.
And that's why I decided, that's why, that it would be in our best interest to get our Park and Rec Department to put together a packet. We're just asking for the grant at this point. It will be awarded to one of the regions in the state of Minnesota. We don't know which one, but Region 5 seems to have the leg up as far as their ability to capture a lot of these grants. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for that. And it is it's described as a creative placemaking. And in other words, it is an art project that is either done by local artists, for example, a mural or something like that, or it would be something that would foster the arts. In our case, we would be looking at musical instruments for the city park, but it can be a wide variety of other things. So that was very exciting, and Region 5 is very excited about this project. They have actually assigned 2 people to be working on this. And there's another possible grant program that will be coming available. Minnesota Power will be supplying dollars to replace wood-burning stoves as part of a pollution control settlement that they are making. And it would be for commercial and residential wood-burning stoves. We'll know more in about 3 to 6 months. And they're allocating $1.5 million for Region 5. So if you have older wood-burning stoves that are not up to today's standards, there will be grant money available to assist in replacing those. And that's it for the mayor. Council members. Councilmember Bakken, do you have anything?
Nothing to report.
Councilmember Williams.
I do. You got a nice write-up provided by Joe on some lots for sale out here by the Public Safety Building. Nice explanation here. I think it's a wise move to acquire the lots. They may not necessarily be used for parks, but they are in our target area to get these for the city's future use. So, so appropriate if I make a motion now?
Well, let's finish the reports first,
Oh,
because this is
okay.
the next item on the building. Okay,
Other
okay, we'll
reports?
make the motion. Okay, let's get into that one then. In your packet, you have a good description, as Councilman Williams said. The lots that we're talking about are just adjacent to the public service building down here. You can see on your map. They are in the comprehensive plan. And we have looked to acquire these as part of the comprehensive plan. The asking price is $20,000. They're valued at $17,200 by the county.
That's the motion I would make. I would make the motion that our administrator enter negotiations to purchase these and offer 17.2,
Okay.
Second.
the county's value.
Okay. There's a motion and second. Is there any other discussion? You care to have any more discussion on it?
No,
As a-
no, I'm
motion?
very excited. They're a good location to add to our city campus, and I think it's a good move.
Okay. Councilman Bakken?
No, sir.
Councilman Maloney? No. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to enter into negotiations to purchase the lots for $17,200. Do we want to limit that as $17,200, or do we want to have negotiation?
I prefer you to just set a value.
Okay.
If they want to counter, they can come back.
Okay,
Okay.
so at 17.2. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Motion's approved. Staff will enter into negotiate on that. Any other items?
Not for me, no.
Okay. Councilman Barone?
No.
Okay.
No.
Next item of business is the engineer's report for the road project on Snowman Circle and Thrain Drive. Joe and Tim, I'll turn this over to you. And
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members. Your city administrator put together a nice memo in your packet about the paving projects for Snowman Circle and a portion of Thrain Drive. I did hand out, I think it was on the web page version, but I did hand out slightly updated plans, double-sided, 8.5 by 11. I apologize, I didn't bring magnifying glasses for you all. If you do have any questions, you can let me know, but we did review those plans with the road committee. It is for paving a portion of Thrain Drive and then paving and some drainage improvements to Snowman Circle. Joel laid out a nice schedule on the first page of your memo, laying out not only the bid opening, but the special assessment portion, which is covering the Snowman Circle project. Tonight, unless you have major questions, what we're asking for is a resolution 1505 approving the plans, specifications, and providing for the advertisement of bids, setting the bid opening date for March 27th, 10 a.m. And then after that, the council would consider the bids at their April 6th meeting. Questions?
okay, are there any questions for either Joe or Tim? Councilman Buckin?
No.
Councilman Williams?
I do. On Thrain Drive, I know Otto had a concern about that turn, the turn where the drive and the street intersect, and making sure we came far enough around on Thrain Drive so we're just not busting off pavement left and right.
Yes.
So that doesn't look like is that altered?
Yeah, on sheet 13, we did bring the pavement around the corner, so to speak, to head south on Thrain Drive, and then stubbed off a driveway. Talking with Michael, and in fact, even when we had the meeting with Otto and Michael, there's some adjustments that we could just physically do out in the field when we go to stake it for construction. But this gets close, at least, to the...
Well, Otto wasn't here to bring that up in the public, so I thought someone should.
I think that's appropriate.
You're sitting in for Otto.
Yeah.
Now I'd like
Council.
to add something to that.
Yes.
He wanted a 90, correct? I remember he wanted, he suggested
Yep.
a 90.
Stops and a stop
Whether
sign.
he gets that or not is another thing.
Well,
So
it
there's
is.
certainly,
As Councilmember Maroney was talking to me about before the meeting, we've shown it probably a little more free-flowing just because we anticipated that that's going to be the majority of traffic. Again, though, we can tighten that up to make it more of a 90-degree for the driveway entering Thrain Drive. There's a lot of variability.
I'm just helping Diane here, and that's what he asked, and you're the doctor, so I will defer to your judgment.
Okay.
In the roads workshop that we had, we kind of discussed, and as I mentioned, Tim mentioned, we'd rather see a clearly defined Thrain Drive with a driveway approach for the Conservation Club.
Yeah.
So treat it like any other residential, as of today's drawing, it looks like a fork in the road with a very not either way. Just can be a little more clearly defined as a private drive technically.
Okay.
Okay, now this resolution 1505 basically is to approve the plans and specifications and to start the process to get bids. So I'll entertain a resolution for resolution 1505.
So move, Mr. Mayor.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Councilman Bakken?
None.
Councilman Williams?
No.
Councilman Maroney?
No.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Resolution 1505 is approved. Next item of business is from the Personnel Committee, Public Works Supervisor. With the resignation of the Public Works Supervisor, the Personnel Committee has discussed the best way to move forward with replacing that position. And currently, the city is down two in Public Works. The issue of replacing the Public Works Supervisor was discussed and established the, previously we had established the Assistant Public Works Supervisor, that is currently held by Joe Zierden, and with the resignation of the Public Works Supervisor, Joe has been fulfilling these duties. The Personnel Committee has recommended the promotion of Joe Zierden to Public Works Supervisor, and that is what this is all about. So do you have any questions to either staff or to the Personnel Committee? Councilman Bakken?
None.
Councilman Williams?
I have a question. Now, it says we're down 2 people. Are we going to, we're running an ad to fill 1. Then is that other position going to remain unfilled, or are you?
No, we're working on an assistant public works supervisor description, and as soon as that's done, we'll be advertising
Okay.
for that.
Okay. Councilman Malone?
Nothing further to add.
Okay.
We met with Joe and feel like this is a great move for us.
Okay, I'll consider a motion to promote Joe Zierden to the Public Works Supervisor.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion?
No.
No.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, Joe Zierden. Next item of business is league request support for street funding resolution. This one is a little bit confusing, so I'll let Joe fill us in on this one.
The League of Minnesota Cities has asked us to support a resolution for funding streets at the state level. What essentially they're asking the legislature is, you put together a transportation plan, you've got a budget for this plan, and it includes county and state highways, but it does nothing for cities. Cities, only cities over 5,000 have funds established through taxes or gas tax revenues. In cities under 5,000, then it's completely up to the cities to find revenues. And so what the league is trying to do is just find some vehicle of lobbying to try to get the legislature to give cities some extra money to deal with road improvements. And they still are pursuing their road utility district, which is something that may or may not be helpful. But in the short term, they would not support the governor's transportation plan without him including something for cities and trying to push, if you will, from a lobbying perspective. They've asked cities to support a resolution for the additional funding since it wasn't in the governor's budget.
Okay.
Any questions?
I have a question. Can I ask a question, please? Maury, did you get your questions answered?
No. Are we considered city?
We are considered a city.
Are we a charter city then?
No, we're a statutory city.
When we following with that?
We were charged a statutory city since we became a city.
When was that then?
Well, there was a period of time when cities were considered villages or cities. Somewhere in the 70s, all villages went away and became cities. We've always been a statutory city. A charter city is something that has a document that says how you're going to operate.
So it used to be. Okay, it changed. So then we would be eligible for some of these?
Only if the legislature appropriates monies for cities under 5,000.
Less than 5,000.
Yeah, under 5,000.
Okay.
So now, another question I have is, do I understand that to say that rather than the people getting assessed for the full valuation of the project, the cities would be able to get some monies to add to that project?
You're sort of jumping the gun. First of all, we got to get money. Secondly, the council's got to decide how they want to spend it. It doesn't mean that it would necessarily be used to offset assessments. It could be used for overlays, it could be used for seal coating, whatever the city decides they want to use the funds for. And so the point is just trying to get some money out of the state.
Jumping the gun. You understood it?
Councilman Moroni?
Thank you.
Any questions? Okay.
No questions.
I'll entertain a motion for
I'll make the motion for resolution 1506.
1506.
Second?
Any other discussion? Councilman Williams?
No.
No.
Councilman Buckin?
None.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Approved. Next item is squad car camera infrastructure. I'll turn this one over to you, Chief Hirschman.
As my memo mentions, obviously, squad car cameras are integral to our law enforcement nowadays. We have to upgrade once again. Anything that's computer driven gets old, and with the new car, it's most advantageous for us to do an install at the time we get a new car. We budgeted $5,000 for the new camera. I've learned that the company we had been using is having quite a bit of technical difficulties. I don't need more IT problems. Mr. Maroney can certainly agree too. But this has proven to be a very reliable system. Cross Lake has it, State Patrol has it. Our IT company is also recommending that we get a standalone server to store this video. We're going to have body cameras eventually when the legislature gets that sorted out. And I'm just looking to put that additional infrastructure in, the server and the Wi-Fi hotspot that will need to go along with this system, and then we'll be replacing other cameras with this new system. Monies will come from alcohol forfeit, so it's budget neutral, and that is what forfeiture funds are intended for, is to assist in the enforcement of traffic and specifically alcohol offenses.
Okay, so this, essentially, you're looking for an additional 6,000 authorization to cover the cost of the camera equipment. Is that correct?
Correct. It would be the server and the Wi-Fi hotspot.
Right.
I'll make
Okay.
a motion.
Second.
Okay, any additional questions for Chief?
No, I think
Okay.
it's worthwhile. Technology's not going away.
It's needed.
I've got questions. You included a plate smart code. Is that?
That's for the next item.
That's,
Okay. Okay.
okay. All those in favor of authorizing the additional 6,000 for the squad car camera infrastructure?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The additional 6,000 is approved. Now the license plate reader, if you would fill us in on that one.
Yeah, many of you are aware, we get bulletins all the time on wanted vehicles, wanted people, and quite frankly, it is humanly impossible to remember. We'll get a half a dozen of them from Coleman County a day. What this technology does, it's been around for a while, but it's been very expensive and it's very specialized. This company wants to get into Minnesota, so they're offering us a discounted rate, but it also uses more off-the-shelf technology to cut the rates. The cameras you can buy, and in fact, we found out late in the game that they will tie into the watch guard cameras after we found out about that a little after. But in any event, so it cuts down the cost. We'll begin in this, it'd be one squad car, one IR camera, and it will read the plates. It doesn't actually run a license plate through the state DVS system. What it does is it compares, twice a day the BCA uploads a file that we go grab, and it's wanted people and vehicles and alerts and this kind of thing. And the officer will upload that twice a day. And what it will do is it will compare a license plate against that database. Your license plate is going to ignore because it's not in the database. If your license plate is in that database, then the officer's gonna be alerted. And it's gonna not only help catch more criminals, but I'm sure you all can relate to a family or friend who's been in crisis or had a child that ran away. So it's not only for finding criminals, but it's also for finding people who just need help. I do believe it's going to save lives. We have a trooper in this area who had one, and he's got a 3M system that's $20,000 plus. And he has shown us that they are very effective. I never figured that they'd be affordable, but this solution came along that we'd like to take advantage of. And there again, we would like to use drug forfeiture funds to make this purchase. There again, they are designated for the enforcement of drug enforcement. So we'll reduce for those funds.
Okay. So the request here is for $6,000 to come from drug forfeiture funds? Is that correct? Okay. Any questions for the chief?
None?
Councilman Williams?
I do not, but I would like to point out that they state in here there will be a policy based on International Association of Chiefs of Police best practice guidelines about how it's used, so.
Okay. Councilman Barone?
No additional questions.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to authorize expenditure of $6,000 drug forfeiture monies for the Plate Smart system.
I'll make the motion. Everybody's
Okay,
got it.
pick one.
I'll second then. I'll second whoever makes it.
You're making the motion?
I deferred.
Oh, you deferred. You're making the motion.
wanna arm
You're
wrestle.
seconding, okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Can I go back to the previous motion that was made for the chief?
Yeah.
I don't want nothing with the motion. I just had a question for him. He mentioned body cameras, chief. That's coming soon, I would guess, is it not?
Yeah, I'm not buying it until the legislature gets it worked out. I have an issue. If I go into your house wearing a camera, I don't think anybody else should have the ability to see what's inside your house.
I heard that on the news tonight, and
Someone has made the ruling that it's public data. That's not appropriate.
Well-
Minnesota Chief of Police Association is working hard on that right now.
good enough for me. Thank you
Okay.
for your response, but in my opinion, they're needed.
Yes.
They really are.
Officers are asking.
All you gotta do is watch the news. It's getting to the point where I think they're important. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Is there anything else that anybody would like to bring up? Okay, we are adjourned.
That was a nice meeting. Thank you. We'll keep you.